My name is Cody from Studio PTBO. I run the digital marketing agency. I also co-founded the Real Estate Growth Academy with Vikram, who's going to talk a little bit about that and what that means. We wrote a book last year called What If You Could? The Mindset and Business Blueprint for Your Life of Purpose. It's really an entrepreneurship book. We've been featured in Global News, Thrive Global, Toronto Guardian. I say all this not to impress you, but to impress upon you that we're not just some kids in their basement trying to sell you marketing services. We actually know what we're doing when it comes to generating leads, booking appointments, and really excited to chat with you about that today. I want to give you a high-level overview of our process today. This is kind of what to expect. What we're going to go through today is we're going to go through a high-level overview of our process. I'm going to give you an over-the-shoulder look at all the softwares we use that actually power our pay-per-appointment. We're going to look at how you actually get exclusive leads and what that actually means and how we are going to get you appointments. Vikram, my partner, has built a $250 million real estate business. He's going to talk to you a little bit about Real Estate Growth Academy and how to convert appointments to clients. I'm going to walk you through some real-life examples of essentially what's working actually in the online space and how we're using emotional rapport and level 5 listening to actually get clients into contract and not just like give you a holistic approach view of like what's actually possible. And then at the end of the call, we're going to show you how to access our programs and how to actually get pay per booked appointment, how to get access to our ISA team. But before we get there, we already kind of established expectations for the workshop. And obviously everyone's cameras on, which is like, this is one of the first ones where everyone's cameras are on. So that's pretty cool. Before we get there, I'm going to take a big swig of water here. So if you have water, you have coffee, feel free to take a second, take a sip of water.
Why don't we take a deep breath in and just let it out. We'll do one more. Just take a deep breath in and let it out.
Amazing.
Feel great.
I'm going to walk you through really quickly what you might be struggling to convert online leads to clients. We have surveyed hundreds of realtors, and when they come into our system, these are some of the reasons why they are struggling to convert online leads to clients. So, and you might recognize some of these things that maybe you've struggled with in the past with not actually being able to book appointments from online lead generation. Maybe no one's taught you how to run YouTube, Google, Instagram, or Facebook ads. Maybe that's the reason why you're on this call today. You're like, I really want to run ads. I just don't know where to start. I don't know how to get leads. I don't know what to do. I don't know the buttons to press. That's one of the reasons why people struggle to run ads and actually generate leads. Maybe you don't know what a tracking pixel is, but these are all the things that are actually required to run successful online lead gen. So if somebody lands on your website or somebody lands on your Facebook page, how do we actually get in front of them with relevant content? That's a tracking pixel. It's an invisible line of code that sits in the header of your website. I know that's probably technical jargon. You're like, I have no idea what the heck that means. But if you ever land on the Home Depot website and all of a sudden they start marketing to you consistently, that's a tracking pixel. Talk a little bit about that today. Maybe no one's taught you how to write copy, meaning the word, like putting the words in the ad that actually get people to show up to like a presentation like this, or even get on the phone with you. Maybe you don't know how to actually write the words. Maybe you're not a graphic designer. Maybe you've never hired somebody before, and the list goes on and on. The big one being is maybe your broker or no one on your team has actually given you a proven script on how to actually convert clients to contract. And maybe you just don't know how to set appointments for your business from online leads. Whatever the case is, we're here for a reason. So really what I want to do is kind of walk you through what we're doing in the online space. But I want to give you a cost breakdown of building this internally for yourself. And Vikram can go maybe a little bit deeper into this as well, because he's actually built a real estate business. I'm a marketer through and through. You know, I've built a 7-figure agency, but I've never built a real estate business, which is part of the reason I partnered with Vikram, because he's actually done it. And he built his entire 60% of his business off of the backs of online leads. So in order to get a good inside sales agent, you're looking at $15 an hour, 40 hours a week, $2,400 a month. In order to get a good marketing specialist to run your ads, you're looking at $20 an hour, $3,200 a month. Ad spend to do this well, to dial it in, you need at least $1,500 a month. Graphic designer is going to cost you $700. The list goes on and on and on. To do this really well yourself, you're looking at least $10,000 a month to actually manage what we essentially do for you. And the cool thing is when we get to the end, we're not going to ask for $10,000 a month. So that's always nice. How we do this is through our attract, nurture, convert model. And I'm going to walk you through essentially what this means. Really, my hallucination is that you're here because you want growth inside your business. Like you came here today, you're like, okay, I really want to grow my business. I really want the opportunity to have more growth. Now, what we've come to realize is that in order to experience more money, more purpose, more opportunity, you need to be able to attract leads. You need to be able to nurture them, meaning you need to have multiple consistent touch points. And you need to be able to convert online leads to clients. Because if you can't attract, you have no sales. If you can't nurture, you have no sustainable growth. And if you can't convert, you got no sales. So what we've really tried to do is try to create a system and a process that actually gets you repeatable results. And essentially what I'm going to go through with you really quickly is just essentially this. With our system, how it works is we help you attract, we help you nurture, and we help you convert. Because most of the agents we speak with, when they originally start working in their business, a lot of their attract is very based off referrals, or it's based off a sphere of influence, which is great. But what we want to do more than anything is help you go from referral to actually building you a marketing machine that we can dial up and we can dial down. Give you an example. We have a client, Jody, who originally, when she started working with us, she was on a team, and a lot of her marketing was done for her by her team. And she was relying solely on referrals, and she had a machine within the team. But when she came to us, what was essentially happening was she didn't have that machine anymore. So she implemented our system, and currently she's currently working with 2 double N's, and she has 2 buyers under contract. And that's within the matter of, I think she's been with us for about 90 days now. When you nurture, the big thing I want to go through when it comes to nurture is majority of agents that come to us, a lot of their nurture is manual. And what we want to do is take your manual nurture and we want to give you automated leverage. And I'm going to explain to you kind of what that looks like. For example, we have a client, Leo, who is actually, what we do is we do a lot of the front end nurture for him. And you can watch videos online. I can even send it to you later, where what we helped them do was essentially fix the front end of his business, where the lead essentially comes through the cycle. They get onto an appointment with them, and from the appointment, and I'm going to show you an example of what I mean by this, from the time they get to the appointment, he has all the information that he needs in order to have a really good conversation with the lead. Rather than having to set things up manually, what we did is we created an integration that automatically sets them up on a search list, and then he gets notified. So there's a lot of back-end nurture that we essentially do a lot of it for him, and we work with him on a consistent basis. And the third element is obviously convert. Maybe this is you. Maybe you don't have a script. Maybe you're not using a framework. But a lot of agents, when they originally get into business, they're winging it. And what we want to do with our system is help you no longer wing it and move you from a wing it to a process. And that's really where Vikram comes in, where we're going to help you, give you all the scripts, the trainings, the resources to turn leads, online appointments, to actually get them to clients under contract, which ultimately our goal is to make you more money. And that's the growth element of essentially everything that we do. So scrolling down here, maybe we can talk a little bit about Jody. Vikram, you can talk a little bit about her story. I know that you're working with her. You recently did a full day session with her. Maybe you could talk a little bit about like some of the wins she's had over the last little while, and like where she was at prior to and where she's at now.
Yeah. So Jody's awesome. You guys, thank you all for being here. What I love about Jody is that she's just got a willingness to learn. And she just trusts the process. So when our first call in the Real Estate Growth Academy, and she's doing like, last year her GCI was $300,000 or $400,000. So it's not like she's brand new and she's never heard of use a script. But the team she was working for never like emphasized using scripts. So she, I gave her the script, she printed it up, and she's like, okay, Vikram, I got to tell you a story. I'm like, what's up? She's like, I used like a portion of the script, like 30%. And the person on the other end just like said, yes, let's meet up. Let's go do it. And from there, that was like our very first call that we had together. And from there, she now carries the script everywhere she goes. Yesterday, she just put an offer in on a $2 million house. Before that, she was selling like 800,000. Her market's, what's her market? It's just outside of Toronto, I believe.
Durham region.
Yeah. I don't know anything about, I'm American. I barely know how to get across the street. My geography skills are not so great. But she's crushing it. Like, she's literally crushing it. She missed the call yesterday. She texted me like, hey, I'm missing the call. So she's put her money where her mouth is, and she does what we tell her to do. And she's having so much success. And that's kind of like what we're building for everybody. So if you guys want that same success, your markets are different, obviously. Just follow the program that Cody's got, and it's easy peasy lemon squeezy.
We have other clients, obviously, we'll get into it. Vignes has done multiple deals with us. Chantel's currently a client as well. In the first 60 days of working with us, she did 3 deals, and she's been with us for a couple of years now. So really what I want to walk you through is kind of the process of how we roll this out. So everything that we do whenever we work with clients is we start with targeting. We want to reach them with relevant content. What does that mean? This means that we want to get all the insight out of your head and onto paper about your business, making sure that we speak your language, making sure that we give the end consumer what they're looking for. If you only work with waterfront properties, we want to make sure that your offer speaks to waterfront properties. We only do commercial, we only do commercial. If you do residential, we do residential. Really, our goal is to get relevant content. And whenever clients come to us, and like my hallucination is you like when you get leads and you get appointments, there's 3 things you want. You want them to be geo-targeted to your area. You want them to be exclusive, and you want them to be qualified. And we do all 3 of those things: geo-targeted, exclusive, qualified leads. And here is how we qualify them. So I'm going to give you an example of what our actual CRM looks like. So by the time the actual lead gets to you, this is an example of a client, Leo. He's also on our case study pages. You can take a look at. If you already watched some videos, great. He was already in there. These are some examples of some of the qualifying questions. Leo is out of the California area. This is an example of all the information that you're going to have prior to actually getting on the phone with the lead. So imagine how many people that you could potentially close if we handed you 10 appointments a month. What type of property you look for? A house. Are they already working with an agent? No. This is an important question. This is a disqualifying question that essentially our inside sales agent, if you remember back, this is the automated leverage that essentially we create inside your business. Is like, if they're working with an agent, we're not transferring them to you. That's stupid. So disqualifying question, if they're working with an agent, we just disqualify them, move on, grab another lead. We move them out of your pipeline. So you don't have to make the calls. We make the calls for you. We get the price range you're considering. We get the areas they're looking for. I want you guys
to, I think that's something really important, Cody, not to cut you off. But if you guys notice, minimum price point for Leo is 700. Don't book with anything less than that. So if you guys have specifics in your market that you're looking to do, our team is going to work to make sure we're only sending you qualified leads that are your qualifications. So you tell us what you want, and then we're going to find that for you. So he's in Newport Beach, California. Average price is, $950,000. Again, so markets differ, but I wanted to point that out, that they're not going to just send you guys any junk that you don't want. They're only going to send you guys stuff that you actually want to work, which is super awesome.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks for throwing that in there, because that's an important thing. Obviously our call center, our trained virtual assistants, to give you the automated leverage you need in your business order to be successful. We want to make sure that we're constantly script practicing too. I do 4 training sessions a week with our ISA team. And Vikram can attest to this as well, that, practice in role plays are so important, and we're doing it, and we encourage all of our clients to do it as well. But important criteria, obviously, there's no home that they need to sell. So this unfortunately is not a double end, but they're at least looking to make a move within 6 months, and they've been pre-approved already. So you're going to have all this information prior to going into the meeting. And the cool thing about this as well is there's 3 layers to the actual ads that we run for our clients. Obviously we call it the big 4. So number one, if you have a title rep that you currently work with, we will connect with your title rep. We'll gather data. We'll call the title rep data. The other is ads. So that's kind of what I'm explaining now. Like this came from an ad. There is, if you have a past or cold list that, maybe you've ran Facebook ads in the past, or you have like a list that you just haven't spoken to, we'll dial all those leads as well. And the fourth thing is we can actually get you a list of verified homeowners data. So like there's so many different ways for us to get data for you, dial data, and book you qualified appointments. There's somebody in the waiting room. Don't let them in. They didn't show up on time. Coming back to essentially I'm going to stop sharing there, and I'm going to share my iPad again here, and I'm going to wait for it to connect. What we do in regards to lead capture is obviously we capture the person's information. There's 3 phases towards lead capture. So phase 1 in lead capture is the opt-in. Phase 2 is the appointment. And then phase 3 is the client under contract. We take care of everything other than locking the client in contract. Obviously you have to do that. I'm not going to build your business for you. You have to, level up your skills. And that's why we have the Real Estate Growth Academy. We get people to take action right away. There's 2 layers of essentially the thank you. The first layer of the thank you is automation. So if automation books the appointment, there is no additional fee for automation. Like we will push people to a booking calendar to actually book an appointment with you. If automation books the appointment, no worry. If the ISA books the appointment, then you're charged per appointment, and we'll get into all of that and what that looks like. We also use chatbots to create quality conversations. So essentially what this means is the quality conversation is, say for example, it's 2 a.m. and obviously the ISA is not going to call somebody at 2 a.m. You're not available. We're not going to live transfer somebody at 2 a.m. The chatbot's going to go back and forth with the person to essentially have the conversation, the same information you just saw on the screen there. They're going to ask them the series of questions, and then they're going to push them into a booking calendar to book you. If they happen to no-show appointment, no worries. All you're going to do is move them to another section in the CRM, and we'll just call to rebook them for you. All the lead tracking is included, all the follow-up, 2-way email, 2-way texting. And really our goal more than anything is to get you a new client. So I'm going to show you really quickly here a demo of kind of like just an overview. I'm going to take you through a quick few things here. So this is an example of a list that we purchased. These are some of the leads we've generated for Leo. These are some of the appointments that we've booked just in the buyer side, not the seller side. There is a section to, that we essentially track your buyers from your sellers, and all the marketing is essentially done inside the software where a lead comes in. There's an initiate contact sequence that goes out. If they don't respond to that, they go into a 12-month drip campaign. If they still don't respond, they get hit with what we call reactivation campaign. So your ISA or your automated, your assistant is working on the back end to give you that automated leverage where it's like, you don't need to train anyone. We train them. We give them the scripts. We tell them what to say. We do all the work for you on the back end. You just pay per appointment. And then if they still don't respond, they get dropped into an ultimate unresponsive campaign that essentially is a campaign that is built out for 12 months. So there's 18 months worth of drip that essentially the goal is to get people to read, open, respond, book. That's really the step. Read, open, respond, book. We want them to get into an appointment with you. Like I mentioned, all ads are branded towards you. So every single ad we run for you is actually branded towards your specific market. So I'm going to give you an example. We run a bunch of different types of ads. These are just some examples of, like, this is called the checklist here. This is called we call this the map. This is like grid of local home images. But we want to make sure that all the images are branded towards you. You give us all the content. We essentially make sure all your colors are running. We run ads on Facebook, Instagram, Google. We're currently running beta with some clients on TikTok as well. Our goal is to generate leads for you. But like I mentioned, we also do circle prospecting for you as well. I'm going to flip it over to Vikram to talk a little bit about the Real Estate Growth Academy, because obviously I can book you 20 appointments every month, but if you can't close them, then that's kind of on you. And this is where the Real Estate Growth Academy comes in. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to kind of take it from here, Vikram. You're muted.
Thank you. What is this working? Yep. What? Jeez, you guys, we don't be fooled. Technology can get the best of us. So what I'm going to talk to you guys is about the Real Estate Growth Academy. And what we have is called basically the conversion model. And I know that in the middle, the reason why you guys are on this call, I'm going to hallucinate. I try not to make too many assumptions, but I'm going to hallucinate. The reason why you guys are here is because you want to make more money, correct? If that's a yes, can you guys just put a 1 in the chat? We got to warm up the chat algorithm here. It's kind of cold right now. So if you guys are here to make more money, can you just put a 1 in the chat for me? All right, cool. We have one person who is looking to make more money. If you're not looking to make more money, can you put into the chat why you're here? Like if you're not looking to make more money this year, that's cool. Maybe you want more, maybe you want some more flexibility in your life, right? Maybe you want to have more performance in your life where you're not the only one doing everything. Totally awesome. We can support you with that. Maybe you want more systems in your life, right? So these are kind of some of our pillars. But majority of the reasons why you guys are here, I'm going to make an assumption is, let's go with green, is that we want to eventually get more money. So the next thing we're going to talk about is what we do in the Real Estate Growth Academy. And you guys, my handwriting is worse than a 2-year-old. So I will read it out to you, but this is predictable. And then we want to be profitable. And we want growth, right?
I'm not seeing any writing here, Vic, just let you know.
You guys aren't seeing my writing?
Nope.
Oh, no.
You only see the conversion model on top.
Maybe stop sharing and then share again.
Your screen sharing is paused.
Try again there.
Okay, let's try it again. I swear I need tech support with me 24/7. How about now?
Yep. There
okay.
You go.
Sweet. Woohoo! So we got these little petals that we call them. So in the center, we have money. These petals are predictable, profitable growth, right? So I'm assuming most of you guys want predictable, profitable growth in your business. I know it's what I want. I know it's what Cody wants. I know it's what Zach and Aldo wants. And I know it's what majority of the people that come into our company want. So with the performance, right? How do we do that? We teach you the real estate offload method, right? So we teach you the realtor offload method. So if you guys would like to offload a couple of things off your plate, throw a 1 in the chat. The next thing I teach you guys is the next right thing. Okay. NRT, the next right thing model. And that's going to allow you to focus your energy in. If you guys have ever had maybe I'm just crazy and I hallucinate a little bit, but has anybody ever had more projects than time and you want to try to do all of them because you guys are super high achievers like we are, and you end up not finishing all of them? Like I have 30 books on my desk and I've read 50 pages of each of them. Like I'm probably talking to myself and Aldo, and that's totally cool. The next thing I'm going to teach you guys is the ideal week model, right? Because I know that if you can stack your ideal weeks over and over and over again, you are going to have the perfect year. You're going to have the perfect month, the perfect 6 weeks, and you're going to have the perfect business. So under performance, that's what we talk about. Under systems, I'm going to give you my systems playbook. All right. My last year in business, before I had a complete just shift in like what I wanted to do with my life, I traveled the year with Tony Robbins as a platinum partner, and my business ran itself. And we had our best year ever. We did almost $60 million in sales. And I did like 10% of the transactions. My brokerage would also call me. They're like, where are you at? How are you sending contracts when you're like in Amsterdam and you're in Fiji? I'm like, I have a team. It's like what we've been building for the last 7 years. Like, why would I be here? The reason I was able to do that is because I have a seller and I have a buyer playbook. Just for an example, yesterday in our Real Estate Growth Academy, talked about systems. We talked about the 6-week game plan. So we break our year into 6-week kind of cycles. And then we take 2 weeks off to re-energize ourselves. Then we do another 6-week cycle where we work on 1 to 2 large projects. The seller and buyer playbook is where you get to actually take what I've learned on how to work with sellers and put that into practice. So the next week, what I'm going to teach you guys is my business partner, Cody, and our business partner. His name's Sharon Srivata. If you guys don't know him, Google him. Super cool dude. You should follow. But I'm going to teach you guys what he taught me a few years ago. And that's his pricing presentation. And let me tell you, it's bar none the most awesome pricing presentation you'll ever see in your life. And it literally guarantees that you'll win like 99% of your listings. And if you guys have questions, please let us know, because we're kind of running through this fast. So we're going to give you guys the seller and buyers playbooks, right? So we're going to give you all of our models over here, right? All of our selling models. And then under flexibility, because I know that a lot of us got into real estate originally because we thought we could make a lot of money and we could have like personal time. And then we got into real estate and we made some money and we realized we have zero personal time because clients call 24 hours a day. Like they don't put that into the program. Like when you're going to real estate school, they're not like, oh, by the way, you're never going to have a free time because your clients are going to call you at 10 o'clock at night, every night, freaking out that they overpaid. So I'm going to teach you guys flexibility, and we're going to teach you guys how to have brand authority. Let me ask you guys a question. I guess I can't really say Will Smith anymore, but who gets paid more, Will Smith or for a performance, or you? Like, put in the chat, who gets paid more? Like if Will Smith goes in for a role, who gets paid more? Will Smith. Yeah. So we're going to teach you guys how to have brand authority, because people that have brand authority make more money. My friend, Will Smith's publicist. I like you, Tristan. My friend, Glenda Baker. I don't know if you guys know who Glenda is. If anybody's watched Glenda on TikTok or on Instagram, she's now charging people tons of money, like insane amount of money, to do private mastermind groups, because she now has brand authority on how to build a TikTok brand. So we're going to teach you guys the 6. Sorry, let me erase this here. We're going to teach you guys the 6-week game plan. So every 6 weeks, we actually do a planning session. So every 6 weeks, we do a planning session. So that way you guys are always focused in on the next right thing, right? What's going to move your business, right? We have 4 quadrants. I'm going to just make them here. Cody, how am I doing on time?
Good time. You're good.
Okay. So we basically have, this would be this is impact on the top. And this is ease. So this would be hard, right? So level of ease. So in this first quadrant, these are projects that are hard to do. I'm sorry.
It's probably easier to just say it because it's too little and it probably won't be
I'm like,
understandable drawing it.
Well, the whole purpose of it is that what we're going to teach you guys to do is projects that get you the most impact that are easy to do. There's projects in your world right now that are the most impactful, that are going to move your needle, move your business, and they're going to cost you guys very, very, very little energy, versus what we try to do is we try to do the complex ones first, and then we burn out. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do the next right thing to move your needle, which is going to give you high impact, and it's going to be easy. And then the last thing, and this isn't for everybody, but if it is something you want to do, is build a team to outperform you. Now you might say, Vikram, I don't want to build a team to outperform me, but as you guys start to grow, you are going to need to grow a team of some sort. You might need an admin person. You might need a transaction coordinator. You might need a listing specialist, whatever it is. So whatever your idea of a team is, that's kind of what we talk about in the real estate growth model. So the conversion model is what we teach in the Real Estate Growth Academy, and it's all about getting you guys profitable, predictable growth.
One thing I'll leave you with today is kind of how the pay-per-appointment system works. And if there's no questions, we'll close this up. But how the pay-per-appointment system works is we either do a pay-per-appointment or we do a live transfer. And I just want to explain to you really quickly what that means. we'll always try to live transfer a lead appointment directly to you. So what I showed you earlier with Leo's account was like that lead or that appointment gets scheduled directly to him. So we always try to call you and say, hey, Tristan, we have Tom here on the phone. He's looking for a $1.2 million home in Orange County. We give you all the information. We drop off the call. You take that over, but we also give you the scripts on how to handle those conversations. So we'll either live transfer the lead if you by chance don't pick up your phone, or what we do is we book a call directly into your calendar. Now, how we bill pay per appointment is pretty flat because it's the same for everyone in pay per appointment. It's $50 per set appointment. Now, obviously, there is programs that go along with the pay per appointment that wherever you're at, like, because there's different ad platforms that you need to advertise on in order to get leads. But we do things like I mentioned, the Big Four. We do circle prospecting on the Big Four. We can run ads for you to get leads because we need some way of getting leads in order to actually book you appointments. We can either do ads, we can do title rep data, we can get you a list of verified homeowners, or we can dial leads that you already currently have. And then we only bill you for the appointments that we actually set for you or the live transfers that we send to you. So that's kind of how we're structured in regards from a pay per appointment system. It's $50 per appointment. Obviously, there is a program that is attached to the $50 per set appointment, but that's how we're structured in regards to investment wise. If you want more information or you feel like kind of what we're doing is the right fit, I would love the opportunity to chat with you some more. All you have to do is go to studioptbo.com/book-now. And you just click there. You get paired up with either myself, Zach, Vikram. You'll probably get paired up with Aldo or Zach. And, me and Vikram take a couple calls a week just to kind of see what's happening in the marketplace. But more than anything, I want to say thank you for taking time out of your day in order to have a conversation with us. And really looking forward to partnering with you and your business to help you go to the next level. It's studioptbo.com/book-now. I don't see any questions in the chat below. So we'll let everyone go. I know that Marianne mentioned she had to go at 4:30, but I want to say thank you everyone for joining us today. And we look forward to chatting with everyone soon.